Hi everyone, today we are looking at a question like this, and as you can see over here, the ratio of the number of apples to the ratio of the number of pears in a supermarket was 5:6. So we are going to put A is to P, we're going to write 5:6, okay? Now, I do not know what concept is this. Of course, we know it's ratio, right? But sometimes you have to read a little bit more to kind of know what is the sub-concept. Huh? Now, so what I want to do next is I want to see, okay, it says that in sentence number 2 that 1/4 of the apples and 171 pears were rotten. And what did they do? They threw it away. So I have to minus away. Okay, so I can see there's a before change. And then in the end, they told us that there was an equal. So some students will say, hey, teacher Joseph, this is actually before and after. But if you say it's equating numerators, you are correct as well. Okay, so what we want to do is, since 1/4 of the apples, okay, 1/4 of the apples, when I see the word of, it means I have to times, right? So I prefer to use before and after to solve this question. So I'm just going to draw. So what we want to do is we want to write down, this is apples, this is pears, okay? And for my before, I'll write down 5 units over here and 6 units over here. Now, what I like to do is I like to flush it all to the left-hand side. Okay, I like to pack it there, because if I were to do that, then I have more space, right, to work around with. Now, 1/4 of the apples, okay, that means the change over here has to be 1/4, 1/4 times 5 units. But I have a problem. I have a very, very big problem. When I do 1/4 times,
ugly number.
yeah, when I do 1/4 times 5, right, I get to 1.25, and I don't really like that. So yeah, so you look at the denominator. Since this is a denominator of 4, you are going to make 5 a multiple of 4. So all you need to do is simply just times 4 to this, all right? And then you times 4 to this as well. Because when I do something to the left, I must do something to my right. So I get 20 units over here, and over here I get 24 units, okay? Now, when I do 1/4 times 20 units, I get to a very nice number of 5 units. So what is this 5 units? These 5 units are the rotten apple that I am going to throw it out. Make sense? So what is my after? My after over here has to be 15 units. Does that make sense to you? Okay, and for pears, very simple, right? Minus 171. Okay, do I need to change anything? No, I don't need to. And what I can say is that it will get me to 24 units minus 171. Okay? All right, how did I get 24 units minus 171? Very simple, because 24 units is over here, right? Remember, minus 171 is over here. So this minus this is equals to whatever that is over here. Okay, now what happens is this. They say in the end, i's over here. Make sense? There were an equal number. So what I want to write down is that 15 units, okay, is equals to 24 units minus 171. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure you position them in such a way where units is always on the left-hand side. So you can see over here, 15 units, it's already in the correct position. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to circle it. Okay, all right. Minus 171 is already in the correct position, so I'm going to circle it as well. The only thing that I need to move over is my 24. And when I bring 24 over, because 24 is positive, you agree so far? All right, in math, if you see that a number does not have any plus sign, it doesn't mean that it's negative. It means that it is positive. You understand? All right, so as you can see over here, 24, right? I bring it over, so I have to minus, isn't it? So what I always tell my students is this, is that you have to write down those that you have circled. So 15 units minus 24 units is equals to minus 171. Okay, what is 15 minus 15 units minus 24 units? A lot of students will be like, what? How can you do 15 minus 24 units? Relax, watch. You just put minus 9 units first, it's equals to minus 171. The beautiful thing about math is this, is that when both sides, they have the same thing, you can cancel it away. Okay, so what I can do over here is that I'm going to cancel away the negative sign. My negatives are gone. Okay, so what we can say confidently is that 9 units is equals to 171. Okay, so if 9 units equals to 171, we find Mr. Greenman. Mr. Greenman is equals to 19. How do I get to 19? Because 171 divided by 9. And you go back to the question. The question say, how many apples were there at first? At first, definitely, we have to look at this box over here. Can you see that? All right, so therefore my answer has to be, okay, 20 times 19, and that gives me 380 apples at first.